Hello.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
I'm really well. How are you both?
We're great. I'm up in Montana. We're here today.
Yeah, I think we're hanging in there. I'm stuck in my little box here in Los Angeles that I call a home. So yeah, having fun.
Great. Glenn, I wanted to know a little bit more about Bring Change to Mind. Can you tell us about it for people who are unfamiliar?
I'd be happy to, but it's not my organization. I started it because of my family.
Mhm.
My sister Jessie came up to me one day and said, I need your help. I can't stop thinking about killing myself. And that was the beginning of my learning about what it means to live with a mental health challenge and how family members can help. And we started Bring Change to Mind 10 years ago. Jesse's son lives with schizophrenia. It's been an amazing journey, but our main message is, and I think it's one of the messages that NAMI has that we all have today, especially is talk about it, start talking about it because you have no idea how not alone you are. You are not alone. There are people going through exactly the same thing that you're feeling. It makes you a human being. I mean, today I woke up and I was feeling really down. I think it's just what we're going through at this time. And my sister Jess lives across the yard, and we were able to really openly talk about it, and see,
Mhm.
well, what are we going to do today to get us through today and to, uh, help us get through this time together. So I'm very, very honored to be part of this. NAMI was a big part in Jessie's life when her son first came back from the hospital. It was very, very helpful in helping her figure it out. It was scary. It was scary for everybody.
Mhm.
Um, so thank you for NAMI, and I know Brendan Marshall has been partnering with us as well. But I'm really thrilled to be here with Chase, who's our new ambassador at large, and so I'm here to back you up.
Well, Chase, let's hear from you. What's it like to be an ambassador for Bring Change to Mind, and what motivated you or inspired you to get involved?
It's been probably the most rewarding thing thus far, I think, in my life. The show has been this awesome platform for me to be able to create and establish something for myself and my career. But as I've talked with Glenn, my platform is not about me. It's about being able to have something to share with the world. And with my own, personal struggles with anxiety and being open about dealing with that, as well as people in my family and friends who have dealt with their own mental health issues. I felt an honest, part of me to say this is my opportunity to use my platform for something that I firmly believe in. And Glenn and I have talked a lot about this. Mental health needs to be treated in the same ways that we treat physical health. If you break your arm or you get a concussion, we go to the doctor, we go get it diagnosed, and we check on ourselves. And when it comes to our mental health, we need to make it normal to do the same thing. We need to go to the doctors. We need to get help. We need to normalize therapy. We need people to make it's something that we can connect with on all of these levels. Working with Glenn and Bring Change to Mind, it's one of those organizations that immediately spoke to me. They have all of the right resources. They're reaching to the right audience, which is also correlating with my audience. So it just was almost like a seamless match as soon as we sort of started talking. So super, super thankful and super excited to start and continue down this journey with them.
You bring up a great point about, youth and mental health and some of the unique struggles that teens today might be facing. What are
Right.
some thoughts or advice that you might give to kids who are watching today, young adults who are watching today, adolescents who are watching, who are struggling? And how do you feel like Bring Change to Mind can help them?
Well, I think for starters, if we're talking about Bring Change to Mind for the younger generation, they've done a fantastic job of opening the conversation in the high school level. So they have done, Glenn, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, the number of high school clubs as of our last conversation was up to now 400.
280. There'll be 400 by the end of this year.
Yeah. So
400. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we're trying to make it a safe space for people to come and open up and talk about the things that they're struggling with. And for me and most of the youth of this world, having a safe space is the most important thing, a place where you can share and be open and be okay with being vulnerable with how you're feeling, I think is incredibly important. Amongst that, Glenn kind of hit it really, really hard in the beginning. You got to talk about it. You got to be accepting of the fact that this should be a conversation that we can have with anyone. And then on a personal level, it's being present with yourself. I mean, something that I've preached since the very beginning of everything happening in my world is giving yourself time to be present within your own thoughts. Every morning I wake up, I put my phone away. I don't look at social media for the first hour. I make a pot of coffee, I drink an entire cup of water, and I sit down and I give myself 30 minutes to meditate, and I allow my body to just relax. I think we're so accustomed to immediately attaching ourselves to our cell phones and diving into the false reality of what some people portray on social media. And I think it's great to an extent, but I think it sets us up in a position to where we're seeing things that make it feel like our goals and our objectives are unobtainable. And we need to not have those stigmas attached to that and start allowing kids to live presently. And it's okay to not know where you're going right now. And just because somebody has something doesn't mean that you can't have something in the future as well. And I think if we start with being present and stop the comparisons and make this conversation normal, that's where people are going to feel most at home.
Well said.
Thank you.
I just want to say something. I just want to say something about normal, because Chase and I have talked a lot about it, and Bring Change to Mind has online the No Normal campaign. I think normal should be kind of thrown out of our language, because I think all of us are incredibly unique, and so we would love you to join us. And you text a photo to 41785, and so many people are saying, I'm who I am. And especially in this time, we don't know what's normal anymore. So let's really, really celebrate our uniqueness, and what we're feeling is valid.
Yes.
And realize that sometimes, as Chase was saying, we can be surrounded and intimidated by unrealistic expectations in a time where everyone is feeling very vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so true and so profound. I want to know what the tagline or the expression or the name "Stronger Than You Think" means to each of you.
You want to go, Glenn? You want me to?
Well, that's a really, really wonderful phrase, because I think we are, I can speak for myself. People might perceive you as being strong, but I very rarely feel really strong. It is, in some ways, I said, if I could be more like some of the characters I've played, I'd be better in life, but that's not who I am. But you know what? That we are stronger than we think. And I think for me, it's just acknowledging the fact that when I don't feel strong, then you don't have to pretend something, but something comes up and you are able to deal with it. We are stronger than we think. It's very much, we're wired to survive. And a lot of us go into all these different ways in order to survive. Some of them can be positive, some that can be very negative. But I think what we're trying to find out today is, how do we survive together, acknowledging how hard it is. And we will be stronger than we think.
I love that. Thank you so much. Just one more question. What has changed, Glenn, in your opinion, since you started Bring Change to Mind when it comes to mental health, how we talk about it, how it's perceived in the media, how we manage it in entertainment?
Wow. It's changed tremendously. We're not there yet, not by a long shot. I think we will be there when no one is lost because they can't get help, or they feel stigmatized and shamed, marginalized. But we have come a long way since the 10 years that I've been aware of these issues. I think what we all need as a community to come together, and that's why I'm so thrilled with Chase and the people that he's going to inspire, is to get permanent funding for what we need for mental health in this country. And I throw it over to you, Chase.
Yeah, kind of to touch on that. I mean, it's ironic how beautiful of a time it is to start this conversation in the ways that we are. It's unfortunate, obviously, that we're all dealing with the pandemic in the ways that we are, but I think it's beautiful that it's allowing us to take time to be introspective and look internally and accept some of the things that we've been avoiding for long periods of time. And now that we're opening this dialogue and realizing that there is no normal and that we all have our unique, beautiful individual personalities and character traits, that we can connect in a world that allows us to be different, but also have that connection of community in the ways that we're trying to do. So I think, again, it goes back to that point of perspective. And it's beautiful that right now we're having this conversation. And I think it's super important to do so.
Thank you so much, Chase and Glenn. Thank you both for being with us today. We're so appreciative of your time and Bring Change to Mind. And thank you.
I want to give a quick shout out because I know she's coming on here in a little bit, but I know my girl Madison Bailey is going to talk to you guys later today. So sending my love to Mads, and thank you again for having us.
Thank you.